Eyewitness News has learned the Bonnet Carré Spillway could be opened again and very soon. It would be the first time in the Spillway's history that it's opened twice in a single year. The Army Corps of Engineers is expected to hold a news conference tomorrow to talk about the probable opening of the spillway. The Lake Pontchartrain Basin Foundation tells our Paul Murphy that they've been advised by the Corps that the spillway could reach the trigger point that forces an opening as early as Sunday.